So I'm at home, stopped at the grocery store. I had a little errand I had to run earlier today. Take your fingers out of your mouth. I'm just hanging out with Maverick, but Harvey just woke up. And Crandall's sitting right here doing Crandall things.
Trying to build a shop.
He's trying to build a shop.
Trying to learn. I gotta learn a lot to learn.
Which we fully believe in him.
Yes.
Why don't you just call the company and ask them?
I don't know.
Isn't that the easiest way? He's trying to see if this bar is strong enough to hold the door to the shop.
Yeah.
And how the cement truck can get in.
And how the cement truck can get in, huh? He should be worrying about where he's going to get the money for the cement truck. But we'll get to that when it's time for the cement truck.
Yeah, first, so we take to the guy that had a cement truck and had concrete and say, we need to get a shop. We have a shop building, but we need concrete, but we need a cement truck. We can light your cement truck if it has concrete.
And what are they going to say?
I just say yeah.
I don't think they rent out cement trucks. I think you just buy the cement from them and they mix it all together and they bring it in the cement mixer and then they pour it.
Well, guess what? The one question I was thinking about is get the concrete mixer that's in the shop and
35 feet in meters.
buy concrete and do that.
Oh, you want to pour it by hand? Do you want some of those? Little Mister found what Mommy picked up at the store today.
Skittles.
Shh, don't tell him that. What is that, Harvey?
For snacks.
Is that a fruit snack?
I just want this back.
No, don't kick him. Don't kick him, Harvey. Harvey, say please move, Goosey. Oh, he moved. Good job. Look, Harv. He's right here. Okay, how do you ask? He might be shy of the camera. Let's see. Harvey, what do you say? Say please, Mama. Can I have some? Do you know what it is? What is it? Good job asking. I don't know who Marcy is, Mav.
Hey, Mom.
Yes, Maverick.
I didn't get the open packet when it's just open.
Because Mom ate half the packet and Dad ate half the packet, and then we gave it to Maverick. Okay, you will need to do a chore or something to get a whole packet, okay? Let's pick a chore, and then after your chore's done, I will open you a whole packet. And Mommy won't even take tacks like Poppy takes tacks.
What is that?
When we take 1 or 4 from yours.
Welcome back, everybody, to our daily vlogs. Today, actually this week, is going to be probably one of the most transformative weeks we've ever had on our channel. And I'm excited, guys, to bring you guys along for the process of everything that's going on this week. As you guys know, we got massive snowstorms, which kind of set us back a little bit, but it all works out. We have just got a lot that's going on this week, and I am beyond excited to share it with you guys. So if you aren't already, go down, hit the subscribe button. I'll give you guys a little preview of what we're doing. We're going to be putting the roof on the shop. We're going to be installing our front gate, putting the top beam up and installing the gate, as well as doing a little bit more stuff with the skid steer that we're going to be renting. So I've got a skid steer rented. I've got a telehandler rented. Oh my gosh. And I really hope this dries out before it gets here, because oh my gosh. Whew, that is so muddy. So muddy. Thankfully, over the next couple of days, we have got 60-degree weather, 50 to 60-degree weather. And so we should be able to have this whole place dried out before this weekend when we put the roof on the shop. So it's going to be a big week. I'm excited to share it with you guys. Starting off today, I'm going to be working on the gate, trying to get the gate finished and put together so that we can end up installing it a little bit later in the week. Let me show you guys how far we got though. As of right now, in the last video I did about this, I've got this first gate panel welded up. We're gonna put in 2 beams that go across like this, and then that will be done and we'll go on to building the second one. So hopefully you guys are ready. We're gonna do a little bit of welding to start off today's video. Get some air in here. Oh. Oops. Things are moving right along. I am extremely excited. I got some major figuring out to do how we're actually going to attach these trusses to the container. Originally, these are chicken house trusses. So I believe the bottom of this would get bolted, if you look on the back side here, would get bolted to a concrete pad. Obviously, we don't have a concrete pad to bolt it to. We're going to be bolting it to the wall of the container. So it does have these flanges, 1, 2, 3 flanges that I think we are actually just going to bolt directly to the container like this. So I think that's what we're going to do. We do have to put weld bigger, or drill bigger holes in this and figure out what bolting, what hardware we need to actually attach it to the side of the container. It's going to be kind of interesting. It's going to be a process. Nobody's done this before that I can find, so I'm kind of having to pave my own way, which is a little bit tricky, and that's what I was spending all day today. In the future, honestly, fingers crossed it's sooner than later, but, you know, we never know how quick things are going to go. I've got to get an I-beam to go span the entire front of this container. Now, there's a couple of caveats with that, which you heard Maverick explaining, and that is because we have the clear span trusses, this is going to be like an 18-foot tall ceiling in here. Well, if I put a beam across the front for the door to be built onto and to be attached to, that's great, except for the fact that we then can't get the cement truck in here to do the concrete. Now, I do have this area back here that maybe the cement truck could drive through over here, you know, and come back right through here to pour the concrete, and we would pour the concrete this way. And maybe I will just have to do that. What I would need to do is come through, cut this tree back, and pile up and just compact and build up the dirt here so that we actually could get the cement truck in here. Obviously, it will have to be very dry when we do that. Otherwise, we'll be getting stuck, and we do not want that. Originally, you know, obviously thought bring it in through the front and do it right here. I found Facebook Marketplace. This morning, I was like, I had to just look and see if I can find an I-beam on Facebook or something. Sure enough, folks, there was one. I think it's probably about 50% off. So he's charging $600 for the beam. Plus he'll deliver it, which is 35 feet long. I have no way to pick that up at all, or like to move it here, to get it here. So he'll deliver it, and it's $600. And so I'm really contemplating doing that. Now I've been running calculations trying to figure out how much load we're going to have and how much weight it's going to have, and if it's going to work for what we want, because I want to have a clear span. I want this whole thing to be open. It will be one door that basically bifolds, and it's going to be like an airplane hangar door that bifolds and opens up. And so I need the metal beam to span this whole thing without any supports in the middle, so that I have this full open range. There's really no good reason for doing that, except that that's what I want. And I know if I have it, I'm going to use it. Instead of just doing like a small shop door, or like even like a 10-foot door, I'm going to have a 32-foot door. Well, why not? It's like my dream shop that we're building, so we're going to do it that way. So I'm just trying to calculate and figure out all of that to see if it's going to work, because he's ready. He can deliver it. He can drop it off. And it would be nice to know and nice to have in order to put the trusses up. Ideally, the best case scenario would be we're able to put it up with the telehandler and the skid steer this weekend when we've got that. And that just leaves us with the problem of getting concrete in here and doing the shop pad, which, like I said, we may be able to bring it in from the back. I may just end up having to bring it in from the back. Folks, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going to happen. But that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of the situation. That's kind of what we're looking at. That's kind of what I'm working on at this point. And so hopefully I can get it all figured out here quickly before he sells it to someone else. And if it's the right thing, I'm going to be excited because it just fell into our laps. So that's kind of what we're working with. Let's get into today's project. So I flipped the gate over to double check everything on this side. And it looks perfect. So I'm going to grind. I'll weld this whole side, flip it over, and then finish weld the other side that I already started. It's heavy, folks. It's heavy. I mean, I can lift it. Not with one hand. But it's heavy. So, hopefully it's not too heavy. Fingers crossed. It's going to just have to take some really good hinges. We'll have to solidify the posts that hold the gate open. The vertical ones. was when I tried to build my own trusses or rebuild my own trusses, I used a ton of that wire. Okay, it's the exact same, that's perfect. Aha, there it is. Feed this tip back on there. Rock and roll. First gate is officially welded. Now it's time to grind the heck out of it because I want those welds to disappear so it paints up and looks really good painted. You boys are crazy. Is it snack time?
Yeah, and where's someone and I just did a dash.
Let's see it.
Okay,
You want more?
yeah. Ready?
They literally, both of those kids, put an entire quarter of a sandwich in their mouth. Shoved the whole thing in their mouth at one time. Ridiculous. So don't take bites.
Okay.
Hopefully this one will go a little bit quicker and a little bit easier. I learned all the mistakes on that one, so hopefully the second one just goes quick. Alright. We're not making the same mistakes we made last time, so I'm going to tack this all together, flip it over, tack the other side. Possibly even put our center supports in, tack it, and then I'll burn it out and finish the welds. Well, folks, what an absolute day. This gate panel went together about 10 times faster. I got the square. All I've got to do is put the 2 stringers in, which I guess I do need to cut. I've got to cut 2 of them off of there. We'll do that in just a second. But this whole thing, I got it tacked and welded together in maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So, yep, definitely learned a lot on the first one and was able to execute a much better performance on the second one. The welds are a lot better. It's just a lot cleaner. It's a lot, the second one's always better. I'm excited that I think it's kind of getting cold out here. The sun's gone down and now it's getting cold. I got the heater. Maybe I'll just crank that back on again. But I think we're going to be able to have both of these gates built tonight, which will be a huge step in the right direction. Oh, that feels good, folks. Oh, let me turn off the fan. Holy cow, that feels good, folks. Would you look at that? This thing is completely welded. Took me maybe an hour, hour and a half to get this one completely done, start to finish. Now I already had the angle frame cut, which obviously saved me quite a bit of time. But just learning on that first one and building this one's, the welds are better, the cuts were better, they were more accurate, everything is better on this one. So I am super excited with how it turned out. I gotta come through like I did on the other one, grind the welds down flat. Now typically on a structural piece you wouldn't do that because you want to see how the quality of the welds. On this it's not structural and I want it to look good painted, so that's why I'm grinding down the welds on this. And it's gonna look absolutely fantastic. So I am ecstatic with the way that this turned out. Glad that I was able to get it done today. I had no even thought of being able to get both of these like built and finished today, but I did, and I am ecstatic about it. So we got a lot coming this week. If you aren't subscribed, or check if you have subscribed, because a lot of people are getting unsubscribed for the channel. I don't know, it happens like every 6 months, a bunch of people get unsubscribed. So make sure you ring that notification bell because this week is about to get absolutely insane. We got the shop roof going on, we got this gate going up, and I'm excited to take it and show y'all.
So I have to show you guys how the Boys' Toy Room has turned out with all the baskets, because it has made such a difference in my life. Now, if only I could get on top of the laundry, I feel like that would be the next big thing. So if you have any laundry tips, like, I hang all their shirts up, but it's like all of the pants and the socks. I mean, I actually just throw the socks in the drawer, so I don't even match the socks anymore. Freak, I forgot to put away their Christmas shirts, but I just do that. And I feel like it takes me forever. So if you have any laundry tips. But look how it turned out. It is so cute. Well, I mean, it's not that cute, but it's so convenient. That basket, I'm waiting for, I ordered puzzle bags. So basically they're like this bag that you can put in like a cube, like a cubby or whatever, and you can store puzzles. So they have like a few puzzles up there. And the pieces go everywhere, they miss them, they lose them, like, so it's for that. But it also works for like Lego sets and things like that. So I think I ordered a pack of like 6 or 12 from Amazon for like $14, something like that. But they won't be here for a few days. So I just stuck the puzzles up there. We still have to take this stuff out, but the ground is so soft that walking out to the shop is a pain. I'm just gonna clean up dinner. And then I'm actually going to clean the couch today. Got the cleaner. It's early enough. It's not even 8 o'clock. So I think I can do it in about an hour and 30 minutes is how long I think it's going to take me. We shall see. So if I start at 8, 9, 9:30, then I can shower and be in bed by 10. That's the goal. We will see if that happens. That gives me 15 minutes to clean up the rest of the house right now. So I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes and then see what I can get done.
Looks like Mercy's got 3 cushions done.
This one I still have to
Do the sides. They look so much better. This couch was as bad as it's ever been.
Yeah, the difference is this one, like, there was staining where the last or 2 times ago it was just everything was dirt because it was like in the middle of a dirt thing. But we haven't cleaned it since we got the new vacuum, since we got the rug. Like, it should stay clean is what I'm trying to say, unless they freaking get chocolate powder on it and throw up. And there was
Sounds like it probably will happen again once they're kids.
I know. I'll have to get yeah. It's not it's not hard to clean. Like, when it's clean, it's easy to like spot clean, but it wasn't clean until all of the spots. It was like if I clean one spot, you were gonna see the clean spot.
Yeah, you gotta do the whole thing.
I have to do the whole thing.
So I did get a lot of really good comments and a couple of emails actually from a few of y'all about our video yesterday where our water heater has started to go out on us. Yeah, a couple really good emails swaying me away from electric on-demand water heaters. They say they cost an absolute fortune to run. They don't last a ton, like super long. But they said if you have gas, then a gas one is actually really worth it. But we don't have gas. So I think we're gonna end up going with the, just replacing what we already have. You know, they're $500 or $600. This one lasted 6 years. We're gonna add extra filtration, hopefully, and try and figure that out. But I wanted to read one of the emails here. This is Roseanne. She says, I've installed 2 tankless ones in a customer's home and in my own home. The customer had propane and I have natural gas. They are phenomenal. A friend of mine installed an electric one for a large house such as yours. You purchase them according to gallons per minute in your home. For instance, if you have a faucet in a bathroom that pulls about 5 gallons per minute, and then the other faucets are around 1 to 2, then you want to think about what you're going to be running at the same time to figure out how many gallons per minute you need. My tankless puts out about 9 gallons of hot water per minute. If you want to run something that exceeds that, it wouldn't keep up. The friend of mine that put in the electric one says it takes so much power and they do not last. His has already burned up and he's had to replace it with a propane one. My customer has had their propane one installed for close to 10 years and it's still going strong. Mine is 5 years old. Long story short, don't waste your money on an electric one. If you have the availability for propane, go for it. But if the power goes out, plug it into your Jackery and you have hot water and a power outage. And if you have propane, you have a backup heater, unless you have a whole house generator. So thank you so much for your email. That was one of like 10 emails that we got. But it kind of seems that everybody has a somewhat similar situation when it comes to it. And so I think we are going to just go with a regular tank water heater. So you'll probably see us installing that this week in conjunction with the 1,000 other projects that we're doing that are just huge this week, but super, super exciting. The other thing that I really want to do real quick is install our fridge handle so it doesn't look so bad.
Now, how long has it been?
Oh gosh, it's probably been a year.
It hasn't been a year. There's no way.
I'm sure it's been a year.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. The boys were like fairly.
This is the fridge that we got when we moved into the house. And for some reason, instead of using the set screw, which is right here, to attach this, they used like some Bondo putty stuff. I have no idea.
They got it on clearance and it didn't come with the screws.
Well, no, the screw is right here.
Oh, it's like in there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this was a scratch and dent when they got it. So, yeah, it's kind of left us with the situation where I've got to basically reattach this and hopefully not drip glue down the fridge like they did. Sorry, the fridge is kind of dirty on the outside, y'all. We have 3 little kids and all they want to do is be in the fridge.
4 days ago.
So what I'm thinking is I've got some quick set epoxy that will work good for this, but I'm worried about it leaking obviously through that hole right there on both ends. So I got to plug that hole with like a piece of paper. I think I'll fill it full of epoxy, let it partially cure, and then stick it up there and let it finish curing. Let me show you guys what I'm using. Da-da-da-da! JB Weld. This stuff is awesome. So I just got a piece of paper and shoved it in there to block the hole, and it looks like it's actually going to work. The nice thing about this epoxy is it self-mixes, which is super convenient. It does stink though. Now when this stuff, oh gosh, I just got it on the countertop. When this stuff is in a thick glob like this, it will harden a whole lot quicker than if it's like a thin layer. So I'm gonna have to keep a really close eye on just how quick it's setting up. Okay, here we go, folks.
It's not straight.
What do you mean it's not straight?
It's not even.
Oh yeah, this door's higher.
Oh, well that explains it. Why?
nice to me. Oh, because it's, yeah. No reason.
It just is.
It just is. So this has been about 30 minutes. It's still not completely dry. I actually just taped it on, taped the handle to hold it while it finishes drying. So we'll probably just leave it overnight, me as well. It's supposed to be like a 10-minute dry, which really means it's like a 45-minute dry. So we're just gonna leave it overnight. So just don't use it. But thank you guys for watching today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I am ecstatic with the amount of progress that I made on getting those gates done. I'll go out there tomorrow, finish grinding it, getting it cleaned up, and then I'll take them up to the front yard and not install them, but put them up there, figure out what hinges I need, and figure out how I'm going to mount those to the actual gate posts. And then we're going to be kind of waiting on the telehandler to put our top beam up, unless I get real ambitious and try to do it without it.
I'm excited
Which
to see
is
it. I haven't seen them yet.
I know, Marcy hasn't seen them yet.
I just decided to let him do it.
I'm just super excited to see what they look like when they're actually up there.
And I hope they fit.
Yeah, me too. Because that would really suck.
But I guess your hinges can help with that.
Yeah, I left 4 inches on each side and an inch in the middle. So, and it's hard because our posts actually taper as like they get narrow as they go up. They're not like a square or a perfectly round tube, so it's a little bit tricky. It's going to be actually really tricky to figure out how to mount the hinges on that. I'm going to have to make some brackets and figure it out. But that's all part of the adventure. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see y'all tomorrow.